Deserted corridors, empty stairways, and shuttered storefronts. This isn't an abandoned property in the middle of nowhere. This is downtown San Diego, and what's left of Horton Plaza. The mall and the surrounding area have had a reversal of fortunes in recent years. When Horton Plaza was sparkly and new in 1985, the gas lamp district was considered sketchy.
The 80s, a couple years after it opened.
Roger Scholey covered San Diego growth and development for the Union Tribune for decades. He says that perception factored into the mall's design.
The way it was designed in 85 was it was sort of a fortress, mainly because the property around it, the blocks around that, were not all that safe at the time. It was designed that way as limited access. Now that's a disadvantage to Horton Plaza.
Since 1985, San Diego's gas lamp district has been revitalized, blossoming into a tourist destination instead of a place to be avoided, while Horton Plaza has become a shell of what it once was. Westfield is the company that owns and operates Horton, and if it's a neglectful parent to its downtown property, it dotes on UTC. Westfield's sister venture in La Jolla is on the tail end of a complete makeover. Along with new stores, restaurants, and even a speakeasy, upgrades include landscape plazas, gardens, and art installations. Reflecting pools and comfy chairs invite visitors to linger. You can call it a mall if you want, but Westfield calls it an outdoor retail resort. A recent survey by Pew Research Center finds that 80% of Americans shop online. This isn't great news for malls.
It keeps me on the forefront of kind of marketing and business issues.
Miro Kopik is a marketing professor at San Diego State University. He says that while Amazon and other online shopping sites have made a trip to the mall unnecessary for many shoppers, he thinks the changes at UTC represent an evolution of what a mall can be, which could win back some customers.
Between having the ArcLight cinemas there, the 24-hour fitness gym, and then all these restaurants, I think it makes it a real destination that people will go there not only to shop, but really to spend the day, the afternoon at the mall.
The evolution of UTC took some imagination and lots of money. Westfield says renovations are expected to cost $600 million. The Horton Plaza was supposed to get a makeover too, or that's the allegation anyway, in a lawsuit filed by Jimbo's Naturally. Jimbo's is an organic grocery store tucked into the west side of the mall off First Avenue. It's been there nearly 5 years. The inside of Jimbo's is clean and bright, a stark contrast to the dingy area right outside, which on the day I visited reeked of urine.
When we opened the doors in October of 2013, really downtown and Horton Plaza specifically was hustling and bustling. I mean, we were kind of the main thoroughfare getting from one side of the shopping mall to the other. There was a lot of activities, there was plenty of stores open, there was a lot of restaurants, so there was definitely attractions to come to what was once an iconic mall in San Diego. So over time, we've started to see shops closing, leases not being renewed, and all of a sudden you have these empty storefronts, which kind of sends a message of there's nothing here for you. So we have seen it affect our business tremendously.
That's Kelly Hartford. She's the marketing director for Jimbo's.
I love it.
She says Jimbo's is suing because they say Horton Plaza didn't uphold their agreement, which was to keep up a first-class business operation. The complaint filed last month states Westfield indicated to Jimbo's that it was looking to attract other high-end retailers like Jimbo's and would spend up to $400 million to renovate Horton Plaza. That didn't happen.
And then they left.
Roger Scholey says the exodus of tenants from Horton Plaza probably wasn't a completely organic process.
Some of them went willingly because their business wasn't very good. Other ones probably went because they were kicked out. And you'd say, why would you kick out a perfectly good tenant now? And the answer is because if they were selling the property, ironically, it's a better deal for the buyer because the buyer doesn't have Westfield doesn't have to buy out the lease to bring somebody else in.
Westfield isn't talking, but the San Diego Union Tribune reports a sale of Horton Plaza is pending, and that the location may be used for office space and amenities for high-tech tenants. Scholey points out there's lots of unoccupied storefronts in downtown.
I think people who live downtown must be a little frustrated about they can't buy the simplest thing in downtown. They have to go to Mission Valley to do it.
That sounds like this could be an opportunity for investors willing to take a chance on retail spaces serving San Diego's downtown residents. Neiko Will, KPBS News.